Hey yo, what up you guys? It's your boy the Kryptonian Satan here bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 186. And I've not hidden the fact that I'm not very pleased with this chapter, or not this chapter, but this fight for the most part. But I will say that Usopp definitely earned some points with me on this one, man. I like the fact that you have Miss Merry Christmas saying, look, man, your captain's dead. You know, people like you who say that their captain's going to be the king of the pirates, people like you die on the Grand Line because you don't know your weaknesses. And it's the same thing Crocodile said to Luffy. So I like seeing that once again being thrown in there. And Oda is making it aware that, hey, these characters have a lot of room left to grow. But at the same time, that blind faith that Usopp has, that you know Nami and the rest of them have in Luffy, that was very nice to see. And at the same time, when you look at Miss Merry Christmas, she has the same faith in Crocodile. Like, look, Crocodile finished off your captain. In her case, it's more of an educated guess because you know that Crocodile is one of the 7 warlords and Luffy is just an upstart. So it makes sense for her to be this confident. But just seeing the difference between the two, how Usopp is believing more on faith and she's believing more on logic. I like seeing that. That is a very good contrast that Oda kind of incorporated in there. Now, going a little further on this, the character development and progression for Usopp, very well done. Very well done, because the chapter opens up with Usopp saying, oh shit, I don't want to die. And Usopp channels his inner Krillin. You know, just how Krillin ran off when he was fighting against Frieza, right? You know, his ass ran off. And with Krillin's case, it was more, I'm just going to buy some time. But in this case, Usopp runs and it's like, no, we can't handle this shit. We got to get the fuck out of here. And it makes sense. But Usopp's character development comes in the fact that when Miss Merry Christmas is laughing at Usopp's whole thing of saying Luffy's going to be king of the pirates, that's when he stands up and Usopp takes a beating. It's like he got double... I'm not going to use that term. He got double teamed. And there's this really cool sequence of events where Usopp is flying through the air and Mr. Ford gets his Alex Rodriguez or his A-Rod on and just sends his ass flying through the air. So he hit him with that ton bat. That was nice. But I like the fact that Chopper, Usopp is having to tell him, like, look, man, no matter what, you have to stand up for a friend's dream. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. You stand up for your friend. And you stand up for his beliefs. Luffy would not let himself die like this. Not in a place like this. Not before he becomes king of the pirates. And that was very interesting to me. And I love seeing that because it draws me back to 2 instances in Naruto. The first instance is actually a filler arc. I can't remember the exact filler arc, but it takes place in Naruto Part 1 after Naruto and Sasuke fight, and you have those 100 straight episodes of filler before you get to the last half of an episode that is canon. And in one of those arcs, Hinata actually stands up for Naruto because Naruto is getting laughed at for his proclamation that he's going to be Hokage one day. And then the other instance is actually a canon scene where Sakura is refusing to let Naruto die. She cuts open his chest and she grabs his heart and she starts funneling her own chakra into Naruto's heart, hoping to keep him alive. And she says, I'm not going to let you die here, not while your dream is so close, not while you're so close to becoming Hokage. And that's what it reminded me of. Granted, Usopp's circumstances were nowhere near as extreme as what Sakura and Naruto's instance was, but I will say that Usopp just standing up and taking that beating for Luffy, it just really speaks volumes to how far the Straw Hats will go in order to make sure Luffy recognizes his dream. And that is huge because Luffy is in a leadership position. You don't progress if your people don't buy into your vision. And in Luffy's case, he not only corralled these strong-willed individuals, but he has them buying into what it is that he's selling. That is huge, and that is why I think Luffy probably will reach his King of the Pirates status. And from what I can see, the people around him are going to be legends in their own right. This is going to be very good, very good. I do want to say this, right? You know, so after Usopp kind of does this little thing where he's standing up for Luffy, it progresses to where Chopper is inspired by Usopp, right? And Chopper, he doesn't have that much time left on his Rumble Ball, and he uses this transformation where he has these different horns come out, and he runs into Miss Merry Christmas, and he just knocks her ass through the air, right? And Usopp, just the teamwork, and I said before, you know, these two have a very interesting dynamic, and the teamwork is something that I like seeing, and they definitely come through for this. Because as Miss Merry Christmas is flying through the air, one of the things we see is Usopp pinches his nose, he throws his voice, and he basically tells number 4, like, hey, get ready to knock this bitch through the air. And number 4, you know, Mr. 4 takes that huge hammer, bam, swings it. And what we end up seeing is as they're flying through the air, or she's flying through the air, Usopp takes advantage, and he has a fucking comet attack where there's a hammer. That hammer just knocks Mr. 4 completely out. They get declared the winner, and the chapter ends off with something that, once again, I'll use another shonen reference. It's a fairy tale reference, and where it says the winner, Usopp and Chopper's team, really reminded me of the Battle of Fairy Tail arc, where all the members of Fairy Tail are fighting, and they're split up into different groups, and in some cases, you know, individual fights. And it says the winner is. It reminded me of that. So that was pretty cool, man. My chapter question for you guys is going to be, what did you think about Usopp standing up for Luffy's dream? And out of all of the Straw Hat Pirates, which one do you think buys most into Luffy's dream? Who do you think would go to the most extremes to make sure Luffy reaches the dream? If I had to put my money on it, I would say it's between two characters. I would say it's between Zoro, simply for the fact that Zoro has that I want to be the greatest swordsman, and if that's the case, he would be the greatest swordsman by being under the king of the pirates, because he would have a huge level of notoriety to him. And then the other one, who I think is right there with him, is Nami, simply for the fact that Luffy liberated her from Arlong. Arlong was her personal demon for a long time, and that is a huge debt that Nami has to repay. So I could see one of those two going to the most extremes to make sure Luffy reaches his dream. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, if you like anything I have to say, hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share.